It's a lovely morning and a warm welcome to the program. Kunle Ariyo is my name. Broiler production is one of the most lucrative poultry businesses. Market for broiler is almost automatic because less than 50% of food requirements in Nigeria is being met. Nigeria is about the largest market in the black world for food items. To this end, whatever is produced, we definitely get market, even at good price. So this morning, we're taking a look at broiler production and Adiyero initiative in Ondo State. We'll take a break now. When we'll come back, we'll hit the ground running because my guests are already here. Welcome back. This morning, we're taking a look at broiler production, especially in Ondo State, and how you can actually tap into that business initiative. And have, I guess, to do justice with, I have Reverend Gideon Oluleye, the Southwest Chairman of Poultry Farmers Association of Nigeria. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Good morning, sir. And good morning, viewers.
Let's take a look at broiler production. How lucrative would you say this business is?
Well, broiler production is a very lucrative business. You know, it's part of the protein program. And you know, chicken is the best protein in all the protein types. And broiler is the dominant chicken protein. We have okra, we have layers, we have turkey, we have dog, we have all those. But broiler itself is very lucrative because in 5 to 6 weeks the meat is already mature for sale, and you can involve yourself in it. Every 5 to 6 weeks you are making your returns on investment. So you can see that there's no other business as fast as that. Even now with this new technology, in 32, 33 days, at most of 5 days, your chicken already mature for the market. So whatever amount of money you push in, you are sure that in the next 5, 6 weeks, your money comes back and you revolve it again.
What does it take to start this business?
Well, it depends on your capacity. It doesn't take much. What it takes, number one, is training. You have to know these things very well. And a lot of people have the assumption that birds die. Birds doesn't die easily. And so we also want each and everyone that wants to go into have a little training so that you can raise either at your backyard, well, the one we call backyard farmer, or you can raise the one we call smallholder farmer, or you can become a commercial farmer, depending on your access to funds. So, but with that training, with you getting a space to run the program, you are good to go. It doesn't involve much, you know.
But one will still require at least 1 or 2 plots of land to start with.
If you are starting broiler production at a big scale, that's when you require that.
Okay.
And you know, if you take a lot of money for you to buy the land and build the structures and buy all the materials, but there are some who goes into it without not buying a plot. Whatever small space that is remaining in your compound is enough for you to run, you know, at backyard. Then a smallholder farmer, you can also go and rent. There are some pens that are available for renting. You can rent. And good, the only government has created some structures here that some few people are using for a structure, a structure is what a structure. So if you don't have the money to buy land and build your own structure, you can see how you can leverage in some of these available structures of government.
So don't we have in Akure the structure that you're talking about?
Yeah, the one we have in Poultry Village is just for brooding.
So there's a poultry village in Akure?
Yes, the Mommy's place, that poultry is behind Mommy's place.
Okay.
But we used to have hatchery there those days. And I wouldn't know what exactly is happening to the place now. But we don't have a cluster production center built by the government in Akure. I'm thinking that with the coming in of Press, maybe they would think towards that and building cluster farming for some farmers within or some youth within a correct entity. That have one. Sure that agriculture in Ekwe we have one. Even though we have one Ekwe, that one is big, well built. In Osrc we have another one.
So do we have the capacity? Would you say that we have the capacity to produce what we can consume locally here in the States?
No, actually we don't have. What we produce here is not even enough for us to consume.
Despite all these places I've mentioned.
Yes, but even apart from that, farmers, a lot of farmers have their own farm, big farms, that they are running their own programs independent of government. You know, it's a private business. Farming is a private business. There are a lot of people. I'm sure you know that some people have facilities that can take up to 100,000 beds, 50,000 beds on their own. They are running on it, they are producing the egg, they are producing chicken on their own. So you don't have to depend on government. But at times, with these youths that are coming out of university every day, and the white collar job is not too there. So government do try to encourage them by building some facilities that will assist any one of them that want to go into rural production, so that they can get themselves employed and as time goes on become an employer of labor too. You know, a few people like us, we started from a very small background, and today now we are employers of labor.
In the last 1 or 2 weeks, I've also read in the media about this short cycle broiler production that's also referred to over the year. What about it?
Yes, this is an initiative of government. Actually, this initiative is coming from Osrc, the SSA on agric and agro-business.
Okay.
And because we are experts in that area, so we are leveraging together, we are collaborating together to bring that program into place. And this program will bring in a lot of people, at least over 60 farmers, 60 to 100 farmers. And we want to demonstrate in Ondo State that we can turn the narrative of this livestock business around. We can create employment. So this one bring in over between 60 to 100 people, and within 2 months make them millionaires. And that's the target. And you're going to see us deliver, because we have the experts, we are the head of the experts, we have the wherewithal to showcase this production, and we want every eye to see that this time around we're going to get it right. Government started it 2 years ago, but because of the obstacle, it messed us up. Now we're coming back to it, and we're giving confidence to the government and to all participants that we're going to deliver this, and in less than 60 days, you're going to see a lot of millionaires coming after that program.
How's it come to know how you want to make people millionaire within 60 days? But let's look at who participates in this initiative. Is it strictly by farmers, or anybody can also come to meet you to say that I want to also be part of the initiative?
Now, this initiative is pilot phase, and we want a good result in this phase. So we're trying to bring in all those who are already farmers, who knows the onions in this short cycle production. We want to use it as an example. A few other youths who are also knowledgeable in it, we are bringing them in on the platform. So now, by the time we would have completed
this, to come to the platform first, now you must be a farmer.
Yes. No, you don't necessarily have to be, you must be a farmer. You may not necessarily have to be a member of poultry association, but when you are coming, you join. We will ask you, one of the requirements is, first of all, join.
Join the association.
Yeah, join the association, and we'll go and profile, we'll go and inspect your farm, and profile your farm. And once your farm is profiled and is qualified, we'll look at some of the things.
So the beneficiary must have an existing farm.
Yeah, you must have a place you want to put the chicken. That's the first requirement. If we give you 2,100 dollars, where are you going to put it? And then where you are going to put it must meet the required standards, the CPN standards, and so that our bed is not jeopardized. We have some standards. Number one, you have to follow the floor stress requirement for broiler production. Number two, there has to be ventilation on all sides to your pen. Then number three, we have to look at whether you have a little experience in this thing. You understand now? So we wouldn't want somebody who will take our bets and then cause some.
We did come to talk about how freshers can also benefit from this. So let's talk about how we want to make people millionaire within 60 days.
Now, in broiler production, you already know the profit you are going to make before you begin the business. The reason is that the off-taker will come, the input supplier will come, the drug supplier will come, will prorate all the costs. Now, the buyback, what you're going to sell after you must have finished producing, will also be there. It's the off-taker who will buy. He will tell you what he's going to buy by the time you are beginning the production. What he's going to buy after the production when you are beginning. This is it's a paradigm shift in broiler production within the state. Now we have had meetings with the off-taker, brought in an off-taker who is willing to off-take any amount, any quantity of breast produced. They are willing to off-take it. Number two, they have also told us the price of the inputs they're going to supply, the DOC, the feed, the drugs, the vaccine. You already know this. And then what they're going to buy by the time our birds mature. And the minimum kilogram they buy is 2 kg. You understand?
So within that,
so within this, there's what we call EOP, economics of production. Now, or we call it calculator. Technically, we call it calculator. We would have calculated everything that's going to be involved, and we'll calculate what you're going to sell at maturity. Then we subtract the expenditure from the total profit. So the balance is what they're going to be looking at in millions. No, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying.
I do. But what I'm saying is would you say that the board must have also grown enough within that 60 days for off-takers to come and buy?
It's not even 60 days, 42 days.
42 days.
Yes. Let me tell you the requirement. See, the best and the most nutritious age of broiler is 5 to 6 weeks. The flesh is very tender. All the antioxidants there, they are at their optimum at that level, between 5 to 6 weeks. And at that time, is it best to harvest the birds and processed and sent to the market for purchase and for consumption. So some people have the idea of running your birds for 3 months, 6 months, 5 months. It's no longer profitable. Nobody does broiler like that. And then the quality of the meat as at that age is not as high as what you get between 5 to 6 weeks. Now, in developed clients all over the world, that's what is done. And by the time you are saying you want the bone to be strong, it is only in Nigeria or in Africa where we want chicken with strong bones. In other clients, they will remove all the bones from it. And that you can do when the flesh is still tender. So, when your birds hit 1.8 kg to 1.9 kg, or okay, let's say 1.9 kg to 2.2 kg, it has attained the optimum weight for your chicken to be purchased. And
that can be achieved within 45 days.
What that can be achieved within 35 days, not even 45 days.
Okay.
So, but when at worst case scenario is 42 days.
Let's take a look at the risk involved, because in every business there must be there is a risk.
Yes.
So who bears the risk?
Every business has a risk. Now, in this business, there is a risk on the part of the farmers. There's also the risk on the part of the off-takers. There's also the risk on the part of those finance. Those finance have little or no risk there. The reason being that by the time you stock your birds and you follow the recommendations of the farm that engineered the birds, you have little or no risk. You follow their vaccination requirements, their drugs requirements, their feeding requirements, their ventilation requirements, their biosecurity requirements, and feed management requirement, you are not going to have any risk because your birds will not even come down on disease. Now, it is only when there is outbreak, and that outbreak can only come because of the negligence of the farmers. Now, if there is no outbreak, what risk do you don't have risk. The only thing you have is, a clause. Now, outbreak is what causes risk on the side of the farmers. But on this program, they have given farmers 5% mortality rate. They know that there's no way you put birds there that 1 or 2 will not die. Now they have given farmers 5% of your total stock will be the ones for mortality. Even we farmers, we don't even want that 5% to die because that will add to our profit. Do you understand? And so, the risk on the part of the Africa is that if the number of birds pushed out, if they are not able to get some percentage of total number, they don't always like it because this one we are doing now, they are giving the broiler to us at subsidized rate. They are not selling the DOC to us at commercial rate, but at subsidized rate because they already subsidize it for us. So if you go to Ibadan now or call any factory, you are going to buy DOC, you are not going to get the price they are giving to us for this program to buy. You are going to buy higher, if not double, for what they are giving us. And so we don't really see any risk. Then the risk of if there is major outbreak, that the money will not come back, there is insurance by the side there. And moreover, those of us who are in this design, we know that birds don't die anyhow if you follow the vaccination and the medication regime. That's why we're taking every details into consideration now. And that's why we're bringing in those who already have knowledge in this area. So we wouldn't want to complain. But at a later time, we will train, we are going to run a major training.
Before you go to this later time, would you say that we have a mechanism to actually monitor those who participate in this first race?
Yes, we have the mechanism.
To ensure that the risk is not...
Yes, we have the mechanism. The mechanism, everything has been engineered and put in place. Number one, we have gone around their farms, we have profiled their farms to make sure that any farm participating in it follows the normal requirements. Number two, when we have also done training, training on latest technology in broiler production, short cycle broiler production. This one is at the air, remember, and it's being powered by the government. The government has an empowering this, and so, and I'm sure the governor is still saying that they are going to do more for you. Now, before the Africa has, they have their own monitoring team. We the farmers, we have our own monitoring team, and we have also brought in the director of veterinary hospital in Ondo State for the monitoring team. With this, in 2-3 days, we would have gone around the whole farm. This is a thing we've been doing.
Do you have the farms in the state capital alone?
No, the farm is spread all over. Yeah, all over. You know that the percentage of broiler population of farmers in broiler farming, they are more in Akure. You understand? They are more in the central district. So as a result, more of the farmers are domiciled in Akure.
But are you also thinking of also bringing in new people in the first phase of the initiative? Because I know that you also said that this is a pilot.
This is a pilot scheme. Apparently, new people are not coming in here because they are not done broiler before. But we have a plan for them. After this pilot phase, we'll call on a major training. Now, all the youths who are jobless, who are interested in broiler production will come. We'll run an international training for them for like 5 days.
Free of charge?
Well, almost free of charge. They might just pay a token for their materials.
Yeah, because I'm also interested.
Yes. Yeah, you know, because materials will be given.
Okay.
So they might just pay a token for the material that we're giving them. We are bringing in experts, at least those who are into leading egg technology in chicken production within Ondo State in Africa. And by the time we are trained for 5 days, I tell you, the farmers will become knowledgeable. This is not a rocket science, you understand? This is just being proactive, being determined. And once you are taught this is what to do, you have the papers with you. and you follow, you can't have any problems. And when we bring them in, we won't give them too much quantity. We'll give them some other lesser quantity for them to try.
For this particular program,
yeah,
you have a special species of broiler.
Yes, this particular program, we have a species of broiler we are using, and that species is called Arboica plus plus. I don't want to go into the technology of Arboica plus plus because this is one of the best species of broiler in town now, and in 5 weeks the growth would have been phenomenal.
For continuity, do you think you can also continuously get that kind of a species of broiler?
No, the species of broiler is there. Is there. We can get from many companies in Nigeria continuously. You know, when you raise parent stock, they keep laying eggs that you hatch. So they're going to be laying for about 2 years. And before they stop laying, you will also raise another parent stock that will continue from there. And so we're going to continuously get an improved version. In the next 1 or 2 years, you also see an improved version of this product in town. You know, before it was Arboica Plus. Now we have Arboica Plus Plus. You understand? So technology is increasing every day. People are increasing everything that you do. So it happens.
Let's go on this program today. Let's take a look at this Federal Ministry of Livestock Development at the federal level. What are the action to it, and do you think that there is also the need to domesticate this ministry?
Well, thank you for that question. The initiative for creating federal ministry of livestock development at the federal level is fine, very good. I tell you, livestock alone can change the economy of a nation. Now, in realization of this, they have created that ministry at federal level. Now, in Ondo State, I don't want to go into that because time will not suffice us here. But in Ondo State, it will also be good to replicate it there. At least because of the financial involvement, if you can create a ministry for now, or it will be good to create an agency for livestock development. Now, livestock can turn the economy of Ondo State around in few months or years. I tell you, for instance, all this short cycle broiler production, you know, IGA will be generated from that production. Now, the economy of Ondo State will be triggered. You know, chicken production has what you call multiplier effect on the economy. It involves a lot of people. Now, this African will not affect everything. There's going to be the one that is left around for the farmers, that the farmers will sell within the economy, within the space. And you might then notice that the price of chicken in the market might go down. Now, another thing is that in egg production alone, you know, the money that government can generate from it is huge. Do you understand? Now, Ondo State is trying to set up an egg production, egg powder factory. If this factory comes in place, they will need raw materials. And what's the raw material? It's egg production. In fact, we are planning in our heart that we need to develop a scheme, what they call Ondo State egg production scheme for the state, because the eggs that will go there will be enormous, so that 1 million eggs per day. And if proper plants are not made on ground, it might be difficult for us to get those
raw materials.
Yes. And not only that, the eggs that goes for processing, they are specialized eggs. You know, of course, it's not an organic egg per se, but we are training farmers in that area to emphasize the use of antibiotics and to promote the use of prebiotics, probiotics, and acidifiers. And when you place your chicken on some of these, they will not even come down on disease. And then, if any outbreak occurs, we can use antibiotics to treat them. Then you now wait for the withdrawal period. Every antibiotic has withdrawal periods. So while you are treating the birds with those antibiotics, the eggs will not go for processing. The eggs can go to the market. Now, after observing the withdrawal period, which might be 7 days maximum, the egg can now start going there. Why? So that the drugs will not, there won't be any residual of those drugs in the egg. Neither will it be in the chicken meat.
So you're actually advocating that we should have a Ministry of Livestock Development?
Of course, it's going to be very good because number one, there's not for ways that ministry can generate money to the state. In fact, I tell you, apart from finance, I don't think other ministry can generate the volume of money that livestock ministry or agency for livestock will generate to the economy of Ondo State.
So that means what to remove that from the Ministry of Agriculture?
Well, of course, if they want to create the ministry of, like they did in federal level, they separated it from the Ministry of Agriculture and they're standing on their own as a ministry. You know, Ministry of Agriculture is very light, wide. And there's not a wide thing in